Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. My name is Robert. This is 7 Up and At It, here on the Yeah, I Said It show. Now, if this is your first time being here, I want to thank you and thank God that you found your way here. I hope that this blesses you. I hope it causes you to go back and look at previous videos and to stay with us and watch future videos in the coming days. If this is not your first time, not your first rodeo, you've been here before, I can't thank you enough. Your constant watching of these videos blesses me. Your comments, your likes, your dislikes, all of it. It blesses me immensely because it lets me know that I'm doing what God's asked me to do and that I'm on the right path. So I thank you for that. Now, what is 7 Up and At It? It is a daily devotional where I will focus on a particular verse of the Bible, and I will look at previous verses and verses that come after it. I'll also look at different translations of the word so I can get a good understanding of what God is trying to tell us in that verse. Now, I video these because I feel it's incumbent upon us that as vessels of God, that whatever He gives us, whatever He puts into us, that we pour it back out so that others can be blessed by it, learn from it, and have a closer walk with God because of it. And this is called 7 Up and At It because it's a thank you to my dad here on earth, because he would come in and wake me up most mornings, and it's 3 knocks on the door opens up, and my dad would simply say, "It's 7 up and at it." And now my father in heaven does the same thing. But I'm up at 6, taking care of the homestead, and then by 7 o'clock, my behind is in this chair to learn what God has for me today. So, with that being said, let's get into it. What are we going to talk about today? Well, I find a verse that's based off of what today's date is. So, today is August the 5th. So, I'm going to look at chapter 8, verse 5, a particular book of the Bible. Today happens to be Romans. Okay? Now, sometimes I may switch it. It may be chapter 5, verse 8, that type of thing. It doesn't happen often, or only one time has it happened where is not related to today's date at all. So that's what I go by. So we're doing Romans chapter 8, verse 5, and I'm reading out of the New King James today. Okay? So let's get into it. And it says, Romans chapter 8, verse 5, New King James, the word says, "For those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the things of the flesh, but those who live according to the Spirit, the things of the Spirit." Now, that verse is very self-explanatory, you think, right? And I did too. And so I almost just kept moving past because it's like, a lot of people already know this, but quickly the brakes were hit and it said, no, go back and study the words within the verse. And the one word that was implored upon me to study more than anything is according. And so I did. And the dictionary I use is Noah Webster's 1828 dictionary. Okay. I go back to that because, as you know, as we've gone along through this world, the definitions of certain words change. And it doesn't mean what they used to mean. And I really think we need to go back to the basics and go back to what the definitions used to mean and not what we have twisted them into meaning today. So in looking into the word according or in accordance with, I wanted to understand just how tight that relationship is. And it's and the words that Noah used was in agreement with, and harmony with. And so I looked at that as being, almost there's no in between. There's no space in between. In one accord, one goal, one mindset, one vision, one way with each other. Okay. And so that's the way I took it, and reading, his definition. And so in understanding this is that, for those who live where our total focus is in one accord, is in harmony with, is in injunction and connection with, the things of the flesh, versus having our mindsets on the things of the spirit. Yeah. Then there's no place for God to bless us because we're going over on our own, whatever our fleshly desires are. God can't be there to bless it. So, and then some of the other translations, one of them, it mentioned that we were controlled by the Spirit. Well, I didn't want to use that translation because we're not controlled by the Spirit. The Spirit doesn't control us. Okay, God gave us free will. Now, sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Most times it's not good. But we use our free will, and in our free will, we work according to the Spirit, work with the Spirit. Because we concentrate on our carnal minds, and then if we do that, then we miss what God's blessings are. If we focus on the here and now and what we want, it may not be God's highest and best. But if we're going to focus solely on our flesh, then we're going to miss what God may have for us. And a couple of the other verses that came after 8:5 is like verse 6 is, for to be carnally minded is death, but spiritually minded is life and peace. See, you follow the carnal path, the flesh, it leads to sheer death. Okay? But following the Spirit, working in accordance with the Spirit, your mind is full of life and peace. You're at peace because you know you're following God's will for your life. And to change your carnal mind, to get rid of basically your carnal mind and be spiritually minded in all things, then God can truly bless everything you set your hands to. If you focus on what you want to do in life, you're going to miss it. But if you focus on what God has for you in life, you'll find peace and you'll find true life, everlasting. So in today's world, okay, I'm going to say it. In today's world, we're so carnally minded as a nation and as a world that we're not allowing God to enter in. And God needs to be in every facet of our life. That's in our personal life, our daily walk with Him, but it also needs to be in what we do as a congregation, as a group, as a nation. And I think we're missing that immensely in the world today, that we as a nation are no longer adhering to our moniker, our motto, in God we trust. For if we would come in one accord and focusing on what God would have for us as a nation, He can bless us. And the ills that we have, the issues we have in this nation today, I think would go away. But to do so, we have to have individuals who are servantly minded, and not focused on self. And today we have too many people who are focused on self trying to be our leaders. And unfortunately, we have a lot of that in the church as well. So I hope that blesses you. I just want you to understand that each of us has to begin to think more along the lines of what God would have us to do, and to walk in one accord with the Spirit, because the Spirit is our helpmate. Okay? And as long as we focus on what God would have for us and walk according to His Spirit, the blessings and liberty we will see in the days ahead. For if we do it, and it starts with us, and we get the rest of our loved ones and friends and family to do the same thing, and we continue to build upon that, maybe one day the nation can get back to being a nation that trusts in God and adheres to that motto once again. Look, I hope that blessed you. I apologize. Didn't mean to get to the political realm, but I just want you to understand that we have to work together, and we have to start focusing on God's will for our life, not just personal life, but but God's will for us as a nation. So, folks, I thank you for watching and understand that God has blessed you to be a blessing to others. So today, please go bless somebody else because that's what truly helps change this world. Look, I thank you for watching. I hope you come back and watch another one tomorrow. God bless you all. I look forward to talking with you then. Have a great day and take care.